Hey y'all, I'm at I-78 back at it one more again. I'm here with my review of Match Me Abroad Season 1, Episode 5. Now, this one really didn't have a lot going on, so this is not going to take me long at all. Um, but this actually starts off with a continuation from last week with Stanika and Sala. Um, so I've already gotten into that in my review of episode 4. I had to go a little more in depth due to some things that was popping off on YouTube. So check that out to find out what happened with Stanika and Salah. But for the rest of episode 5, we had Susan. Y'all know Susan is our elder in the group, our 50 plus modern woman who has decided to go to Colombia to try to recapture her youth and find a man. So Susan is on her second date. First date didn't really go. She decided it wasn't gonna go well. Let's just be real honest about what happened. She decided it wasn't gonna go well, so therefore it did not go well. So Juan, her matchmaker, was like, "Well, I gave you 90% of what you have on this list, and you didn't like it. So now we're gonna give you something a little bit different." So she had a date with Carlos. Carlos, nice looking, he nice looking man. He was in his late 30s. I think he was like mid 30s. I think he was like 34, 35, somewhere around in there. Um, Educated, had a career, but he has decided he wants to put that on hold and pursue acting. So immediately, this modern woman, soon as she hears, oh, he want to be an actor, she has created this whole scenario about how he is, what I'm saying, lackluster, and oh, I stay away from these types at all costs, and all of this and all of that. So she goes on the date. Now, for me, the first thing was, of course, I know she took the dog. This whole bringing the dog on the date is not a good idea. But I feel like she did it so that soon as he either said something she didn't like or something happened she didn't like, the dog was gonna be her exit card. That was gonna be her exit strategy. Was, oh, I gotta go because I got to tend to the dog. So they went to a street fair. Now Carlos is into art, so dance, music, all sculpture, all that kind of stuff. That's like right up his alley. So they ended up going to this local street fair, and I mean, if I'd have been in town, I would have been there. So, I mean, I would have had a blast. But when you're in the mindset of I'm going to find something wrong, I don't come hell or high water, I am going to find an issue. Of course, Susan finds an issue. Y'all, I hope Juan charged her a pretty penny, because he's earning whatever he charged her. He is earning. That's all I'm gonna say. Now, instead of just being cool and hanging, and this is somebody you literally just met. So like, why? This is what I don't understand. And maybe it's me because I'm not in the dating game, and I've been to myself at least last couple of years due to a lot of things that have gone on. What I'm saying, in my family and in my life, I really ain't had time to be out, as y'all would say, in these streets. But if I've been talking, well, no, because it's not even talking on the phone. This is literally somebody I have spoken to and laid eyes on for the first time ever in my life. Why are we expecting fireworks and mushy and oh, what I'm saying, my fire is lit and we just gonna burn down the house and oh, my body burning. I just like, literally, why? Like, let's be for real. These people on this show have totally unrealistic expectations. So far, of everybody I have seen on this show, the person with the most realistic expectations is the dude on the spectrum. How this work? The most I'm gonna say level, even killed. Okay, yo, this is what I would like. You show me that it ain't really working. So let me see what you talk about since I'm paying you. Is the dude on the spectrum? I am confused about how that works. Maybe the rest don't need to be on the spectrum. We can take him off. Because Harold been real receptive these last couple episodes about what changes he need to make in order to find him somebody. But we'll get to Harold in a minute. I'm still up here with Susan. Like, you're at a festival. You got, you know what I'm saying, people. You got music. You got art. You got folks dancing. You got liquor. And you still gonna find something to be displeased about. I just be real confused. I be so confused. I just don't. Oh, right off the bat. I mean, I'm having a good time, but he young. He want to be an actor. I just don't know if I'm gonna be able to. You ain't got to the point where you got to deal with that. And he Carlos to me look like the type of dude like he might be putting a little attention to his acting game, but he looking far from homeless and broke. Believe that. So Susan, you don't know what's going on, but you didn't ask any questions to find out what was going on. So what was interesting about this to me was you came in with all these preconceived notions, like you did with the first guy, and you caught yourself having a good time, enjoying yourself, but then you had to be like, no, self, look, no, he young, we can't be having fun. Like, bitch, what? All this money, y'all, you done spent, you done paid Juan, you done you done flew up here with the dog. You staying what 3 weeks? Like, Susan, quit playing. You need to have a little bit of fun. I'm gonna have some fun. I don't care. I live in North Carolina. I don't care if I'm going to the South Carolina. I'm gonna have me some fun. If I'm paying, I'm gonna have me some fun. Point blank. Period. That's it. So they get to a point, where they're actually, sitting down and beginning to have a conversation, and Carlos is asking questions that you would normally ask somebody you just met. Like, what do you do? What are you interested in? This, that. And then she starts talking about, her travels. And he's asking her about, where she's been and some of the places that she's been. He's also been there. So they're, going, back and forth with their experience with that. And he was like, why are you needing a matchmaker? Like, how long has it been since you've been in a relationship? She like, yeah, nah, we ain't gonna shake that tree. We don't need to get into all of that. And he's looking like, wait a minute, you don't want to get into basics? Because, I mean, that's basic. You in my country. If it wasn't for the matchmaker, I wouldn't even know you. So I was just, curious as to why you feel like you need this cat. That makes sense to me. I don't get it. But anyway, she gets offended, and we don't need to go there and all that. So he's looking like, yeah, you the problem. Okay, you the reason why you can't keep no man. So that's why he was kind of like, whatever. So then, this bro always manages to be in these situations with these men and have these drinks and they having this conversation. And even when she turns the conversation to the left, she don't never leave until after she finish her drink. Like, damn, Susan, maybe if you stay away from the alcohol, you might be able to think before you start opening up your mouth and shooting yourself in the foot. Just a thought. Just a thought. Just a thought. But I'm gonna stand on Carlos seemed like he was alright with me. And if she had to be so, you know what I'm saying, stuck on he young and he wanna be an actor, and I mean hell, cause you 50 something plus and he 35, that don't make him no 18-year-old that don't know what's going on in the world. Carlos seemed like he had plenty going on to me. But again, you was busy sucking down them drinks and stuck on the I'm not gonna tell you anything because he got to earn her trust. So what you think? You ain't got to earn his trust? Like, I be confused about what these people be thinking about. He got to earn your trust, but you've put absolutely nothing in front of him that would even make I need to earn her trust crossed his mind, but you ain't worried about earning none of his trust. I okay. I'm just really not understanding that. But so Susan, after she gets through sucking down her drinks, and he still was getting to asking her them real questions she didn't want to answer, she uses the fact that she says that the dog Moo hasn't had anything to eat all day, so she needs to go. She needs to end the date so she can go tend to the dog. Carlos was like, all right, cool. He put ass in the car, and Carlos went on back to the festival, like I would have done. He was like, all right, cool. So I'm sure that was an interesting conversation he had with Juan about Susan's ass after that date was over. But we'll find out in the upcoming episodes because Juan be coming back with that feedback, and I for one be loving. So yeah, Susan, you know what? They should. They need to hire TLC. Need to hire me. I can try to get these people together. Cause I would have been in the put a mic on me, hook us up, and I'd be like, Susan, get your shit. No, do better than this. Yeah, they need to put me on. Put me on. I need to be like, y'all remember like back in the day. You don't say you older folks. Y'all remember pop up video on VH1? Like that need to be me. Like in the middle of the video, like my face just need to pop up, be like, bitch, what? Why? Dude, what you doing? Really, sir? Ma'am. Like they just have my face pop up and be like, what's really going on? Yeah. TLC, if y'all listening, y'all need to call me. Because we can make this much better than what it is. Because these people y'all got on here now is real tame. And the viewers not finding out what it is we want to know. We ain't getting to the meat. No, we're not even getting past the salad. Like, I'm still over here on the Caesar salad when I got a whole porterhouse with twice baked potatoes and some broccoli coming. We ain't even got to that. I'm still back here on the rolls and the Caesar salad. We need to move this along. Y'all be playing around. And we be 3 and 4 seasons in, still trying to figure out what happened to so and so back in the day. But again, y'all call me and we can get it popping. So who else is on this episode? Um, Mark. Y'all ain't heard me do a lot of talking about Mark. Cause Mark, I don't even know why he really on here. But Mark is this 44-year-old cat out of Arizona who call himself being ready for a family. So he decides he wants a Moroccan woman because they're all about family. But this cat is on here talking this craziness. So you say you're ready for a family and you want a woman from Morocco because they all about family, but then you sit up here talking about you ain't trying to be the sole provider and you ain't trying to be responsible for nobody. So how in the hell does this work? I'm just confused. You could have stayed over in Arizona with all of that foolishness. So you gonna pay the matchmaker. Anybody else? Nina is his matchmaker. And I ain't y'all, Nina got me confused, but we've gotten into that. I don't get it. So you got this dude, everything he telling you versus what he's telling you in person is complete contradiction. He's done no research on how things work in the country that he coming to so-called find this woman. And then when he get there, he got nerve to tell you, yeah, I ain't trying to be 100% responsible for nobody. So how the hell you think she getting to America, sir? Like, yeah, K1, that costs money. You have to sponsor them while they're on the K1, which means they can't work, which means you pay for everything. Like anything happened to them, like they get hurt, go to the hospital, need some surgery, any of that, sir, that's on you. So that's you being responsible. So what are you talking about? Then he flipping out because he gets over there and they're like, yeah, you won't be laying up with nobody over here. So that's what you like to do in America. Yeah, we don't lay up over here. You ain't hugged up in these streets. Ain't none of that going on. You gonna act like you got some sense over here in Morocco. He like, man, I don't know if I'm able to do all this. You should have known all of that before you got here. sir. Like, this ain't difficult. But it ain't hard, y'all. I promise you it ain't hard. So she hooks him up with this chick. Ooh, what's her name? Saria, something like that. She she want to come over here and live the the modern woman boss bitch life. He literally asked her, like they go on this dune buggy ride, right? Like this dune buggy ride tour situation, and he asking her all these goofy ass questions like, um, do you want a family? You know what I'm saying? She like, yeah, I want kids. He was like, I mean, do do you want to go 50-50 on everything? And she like, well, yeah, I come, if I was to come to America, I would want to, come and, get my career together. I don't want to just be no housewife with no bunch of kids. And she wanted the same old bullshit. She want to get into the fashion and makeup game and all of this and all of that. Okay, Mark, you just said you was looking for a woman so you could get your family on. So if she over here trying to get to the fashion and the makeup game, where this family coming from? You 44, this chick was like 20, 24. So that's a whole 20-year difference. So you think she gonna come over here, get into the fashion game, gonna take her about a year or two, and she gonna blow up, and then she gonna put all that on pause and have these babies? This is what you think going on, bro? That ain't how they work. Like, you have done zero thought about what is going to take for what you say you want. Cause yeah, your plan ain't no. I don't understand how any of that's gonna work. I really don't. You want a woman who all about family, but then you want her to go out and bring in half the bacon. Cause you just ain't trying to be in no situation where you're responsible for everybody. So that means you don't want a family. Uh-uh. Child, Mark, go ahead. Gone. As the old folks say, gone away from here. Cause none of that makes sense at all. So then he stuck on she young. Did you say you wanted a young woman? So you could have these kids, so she could have these kids for you and all of that. So what you thought you was gonna come over here and get the 35? You could have stayed in America. But what you asking for, sir? And just argue with these same chicks after they got through telling you no about how they ain't want to be bothered and it ain't fair and they being oppressed and all of that, and then let them go work and then you deal with the the aftermath of not having no kids. This just ain't difficult to me. I don't understand what the hell the problem was. Like, Mark, you just wasting time. You're wasting time. You're wasting time. You're wasting time. I mean, the best part about this whole segment of his date was the scenery. I'm just gonna be honest. You know what I'm saying? They was in the desert, and it's like a point in the tour where you stop. You have the traditional tea, and all that. I mean, it was the scenery. It was the scenery for me because all what he was talking about was bullshit. Okay, that's just it. Total and complete bullshit. So, like I said, y'all, this episode really ain't. It really didn't take long because it was goofy. Because they was goofy, and literally that was it. So I appreciate y'all taking a few minutes to chit chat, listen to me talk about this borderline worthless episode. Because other than Stanika and that drama, this really wasn't even worth looking at except for the scenery. So I'll be back later with episode 6. And we'll see if that picks up from here. Until then, you guys take care.